Okay, this is the connection. It's a little bit not very pretty right now. I think I need to tighten up my cords. I have the power cord on the top and then my CarPlay next, and then the DC adapter for the power. So I need to tie those all together, but I can't give you an example of how it sounds while I'm doing a video, but it does the trick, and it's pretty much like CarPlay. I can do this without having to change up any of my my head system here just by going into the aux.
I want to do a quick introduction, mini review of this Navigator, CarPlay, Android digital navigation device. This is replacing or in place of an existing system that I had. So fortunately, I already had a bunch of wire connections that I had removed. I'm in a Nissan Frontier, this entire console, and wired all the wires behind it so that it's a much cleaner look. Obviously you can see you still have a lot of cords that stick out the side, but overall, especially I assume everyone's getting it for a car that doesn't have a display. This type of display combined with iPhone is really nice for the functionality. Without plugging in an iPhone or Android device, you really just have a backup camera, which is also really great, but it's really meant to work well with an Android or an iPhone device. I have an iPhone, so we'll be speaking from the CarPlay system. So just so you kind of see the interface when CarPlay is not plugged in, it's pretty standard as far as it's waiting to be plugged into. There's not much you can do with it, let's put it that way. There is an FM transmitter here, so you can actually connect your phone by Bluetooth to this device and pick a channel here, and then you can set your radio for the same channel. Your phone will transmit music to this device, and then your radio will pick up the station that this is set for. It's much better to just have your device plugged in, because then you're not getting the interference from a radio signal or anything. But if you wanted to, that is an available option. This does have a little scrolling menu. You get a little calendar, clock, settings, Bluetooth on. There's really not much you can do. The backup camera is a bit complicated to install, which I have not done yet here. I had a previous one which doesn't seem to be working with this system, but so it comes with a standard backup camera that you're going to mount somewhere on a back bumper, and a wire that is actually, if we go way down here, quite long. So this, in one way or another, you're going to feed this through to, you need to get it all the way up to this device here. So it's a pretty long wire. In my case, because I had a truck, my camera got installed in the back bumper, and then I was able to run the wire all the way down the truck bed. I drilled a little hole through the back of the truck bed, fed it into the cab of the car, down the seats, all the way up the line here, and basically through here. So this takes a lot of work if you want to put the backup camera, which is why I haven't done it yet. You do wire the backup camera into essentially the back tail light, the reverse tail light. So this is the power. When the tail light, when the reverse light comes on, when you put the car in reverse, it signals power to the unit, and then automatically will come up on the camera. I will say though that the instructions that come with are horrendous. This is your wiring instruction, which I don't understand at all. I'm not sure what this is. I just know from experience how these are installed. So if you Google or YouTube some videos, you might be able to find some different videos that give you some advice. It's all basically the same stuff. The camera needs power. The way it knows you're backing up and to turn on is because the power comes from the tail light, the reverse tail light, so that when the reverse light is on, which means it's getting power, it's giving power to the camera. The power to the camera sends the signal, video signal, to the device. don't buy this one for just the backup camera. It's complicated. So I'm just gonna put this to the side for right now. We're gonna talk about the CarPlay, which is a great feature to have. So the CarPlay, we're gonna plug this in now, standard. So I have a USB plugged in the side there. It runs down, and then it's just a standard iPhone Lightning cable. When you plug it in, it activates the CarPlay system. And Apple's CarPlay, I can't speak for Android, but Apple's CarPlay system is really nice. So from your phone or the device, you can basically navigate a number of apps that are, not everything on your phone if you've used CarPlay before. So these are a number of apps that are available to you. So on any car trip, I'm typically using Waze. So what happens is you're gonna GPS, you can add in the directions, everything on your phone, and then your phone is gonna transmit usually the display up here with all the turn-by-turn instructions that come through the audio of your car, and then your phone has a list of the instructions, a list of them, while your device up here is giving you a display. You will have your radio typically on an aux. So you can see here, this is actually plugged in to the aux port in my car. If you didn't have an aux port, that's where you'd use the Bluetooth, the radio transmission to turn to a signal. So I have it on auxiliary, which I can show you. Like, I can go to Pandora, because I don't have any turn-by-turn instructions right now. So I can use Pandora, and all right, we're merging these videos because it turns out when I play music, it shuts off the video. So the CarPlay here, you can do your music, you can check your, well, at least see your text messages come through. It is a relatively nice, easy display, obviously touchscreen. So you get Google Maps, you can have your Waze, Amazon Music if you got your regular Apple Music. You do, when a call comes in, you'll see the phone numbers and everything pop up here. You scroll over here, Apple Maps, Skype, Dunkin' Donuts. It's random. There's a CarPlay function in the menu settings of your phone that you can tell it what apps to allow on here, but they're not all available. I think they have to be designed for the CarPlay system. So it's hit or miss, but basically this is great from a GPS. So having the GPS system and having the backup camera that always goes on makes a car like this. My car is only from 2012, but didn't come with any of that. So it really does add a great entertainment side and the backup camera. I will say again, the backup camera, before you buy this system, YouTube some videos of how people install this type of backup camera so you're comfortable and know that you need to have a path that goes from the back of your car all the way to this device if you want the backup camera. And like I said, I know how to do it because I've done a couple, and I also YouTubed videos until I found a couple who gave advice on where to run the cord, and on basically you have to cut the wires of your backup light in the back of your car. You have to actually take out the entire light and then find the wires, cut the wires, and then wire everything back together to include these wires. So there is some work to do here. It's not cut and dry, but I assume if you're installing a system like this, you might be up for that type of challenge. Anyways, that's all I have now. Overall, great looking system, very helpful, great for the touchscreen, for the navigation. Be wary of the backup camera. Make sure you're comfortable with that kind of challenge if you're buying this device for the backup camera needs. Also, if you don't need the backup camera, you could just use it for the GPS or the Waze app functionality and all the music and everything else that comes with CarPlay.